was without a job at the end of 1974. And I had a wife, 3 kids, and a mortgage. And I pretty much needed a job. And Jack was one person that I truly respected in this community. And I knew he was a mover and a shaker. And he was probably somebody who I could talk to find out help which way to go. He said, what about banking? Have you ever thought about banking? And I said, no. I said, I have a business degree, but banking seems kind of boring to me. I just don't think I would be too interested in banking. And Jack said, no, not really. He said, banking is probably one of the more interesting things you could ever do. He said, because all of the changes that go on in a community are usually have to go through a bank somewhere or another. He said, you really ought to think about banking. And I said, but I don't know anything about banking. He says, but you know how to deal with people. He said, I can teach you banking. And it really was kind of a door opener for me to have someone have that kind of confidence and faith in me. I was very touched by it. I'll never forget it. Probably once during the summer he'll come in with a box of dilly bars from Dairy Queen and pass those out. And in the wintertime he comes back with a big box of oranges, and every employee gets an orange. And at Halloween he comes around with tapples or taffy apples or whatever they are. And he's just that kind of a guy, just a wonderful person.
Jack has been probably 45 years as a member of the Board of Trustees of the YMCA. Jack had a way about him that would say, I think we should, and when you heard we, you knew he had already bought in and you were about to succeed. Jack helped establish the leadership giving category, which today is $1,000 or more, and built that up to over 150 givers at that level.
Probably he's best known in this area for being really a champion for leadership giving to United Way. He's encouraged other people to join him in that endeavor, and he's been one of the lead givers for since the very beginning of leadership giving in our county.
I've always marveled about with Jack is that he's involved in so many community activities. He backs up so many functions. Every time anyone wants to help people, targeted population within the community, within Kankakee County, Jack Charlton's the first person that they go to, and he responds pretty much across the board. Obviously, the Gretchen Charlton Art Gallery is an example of his generosity. He has backed that for several years now and has brought a real first-class art gallery to the Kankakee community in honor of Gretchen, his wife.
I remember when he was helping with Junior League projects, one of the things that we had in the early years was something we called Thriftique. And it was sort of a glorified garage sale, and we had it at the Stone Barn. And he would always help with the project, and this might be something that most people don't know, but Gretchen would bring in donations for the Junior League Thriftique, and Jack would always be there with her. But he was also one who might be saying things like, Gretchen, I don't want to give that away, or Gretchen, I still want that. And so sometimes he didn't want to part with some of the items that Gretchen thought it was time for him to part with.
Once the Development Corporation got a hold of it and they started the renovation of the building, again, Jack served on that board of the Community Resource Center to get that done. He's been very generous in what he has given and his financial commitment. And sometimes, you know, we think it's great that's a financial commitment, but he always went further, because he got involved in the board of directors of the Community Resource Center. He got other people involved. It was really always hard to say no to Jack. He would come up to you and say, well, I've got this little project going, and we're putting this board together. Maybe you'd like to help me out. Well, it's pretty hard to say no to someone. You can't say, gee, I'm too busy, I can't do that, because he always had time to do that, and he was very busy in his day-to-day business life. So you couldn't say, no, I can't do that. I'll be happy to do that. So with his help and with the people that he recruited, this center is here today, and it's used every day of the week.
When we first opened it up to volleyball groups and to different groups that would come in and rent it, Jack would sneak in on a Saturday afternoon, and it wouldn't be uncommon to see him walking around with a broom in his hand, just to see how the life is coming, how the revitalization of this building is coming, and what he could do while he was there to lend a hand. So that's a typical Jack Charlton. It's not just telling you what you need to do, but it's jumping in with both feet, both arms, his head and his heart to make any project that I've ever seen him work on be successful.
I remember the first call that Jack and I went on to raise money. We needed to raise $100,000 to purchase the first mobile life education center. And I was really apprehensive about going. We were asking people to make $10,000 pledges to purchase the unit. And Jack said, "No, you don't understand, Deb. What we're doing is really a service. There are so many people who want to give and are never asked, and we're just giving them the opportunity." Each year we educate about 18,000 students in these 2 mobile units. Almost every public and non-public school in Kankakee and Iroquois County is a part of this program. And over the years, tens of thousands of students have gone through these programs because Jack had the commitment to say, "Sure, I'll take on the job of helping to raise the money from the business community to buy the units if the schools will make a commitment to use them, and if an organization like the Junior League would get the parents involved."
Jack Charlton's one of those people that had a passion for the community, was truly a fan of Kankakee, and was involved in many things. I mean, you see a lot of the lasting legacies of things that he has done.
He's been a wonderful mentor and a wonderful friend.
We're all beneficiaries of Jack's continued giving of himself, which is his best gift to us.
His manner, genteel manner with others, his compassion for other people.
And they say that time and time again, Kankakee is my home, this is my community. I like it here. I want to do what I can. I want to give back to the community.
He's been a wonderful friend to me. I think he's a wonderful citizen of this community, and he's just a remarkable man. And I'm proud to have him as my friend.